Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another live stream. Today is Friday, November 28th. Almost into December. Where did this year go? And yes, it's Friday again. Go figure. Every time we turn around, it seems like it is Friday. If you guys are just joining, which obviously you are, we just started the live stream, make sure you hit the like button. That pushes the video out there farther, that's all. We have a lot of different things to talk about in this video. We're going to keep it short. This is going to be a short live stream. Hope everybody had a good holiday. What's up? Having coffee with common sense, child of God. AZ Watchwoman, our very first Star family member. If you guys want to become a Star family member like AZ Watchwoman, you can do so in the link provided down below in the description box. Looking at the sun on the backside of the sun, and then over here on the eastern limb of the sun. This video was shared with me by Nelson Jenks. I happened to see it myself over at the Soho LASCO C2 and C3. The sun has been going wild over here. This is called a streamer, and it's a steady stream of plasma flowing off the edge of the sun like that. You don't see that very often. But not only was it visible on LASCO C2, it was also visible over here on the C3. And the activity on the backside of the sun has been quite shocking here recently. Here's a view of the backside of the sun via the stereo spacecraft. And you can see this is what's turning towards the Earth. We're not able to see these sunspots in active regions just yet. There's the object that was zipping through the solar system right there, coming in at a steep angle. That's at least a 30 to 40 degree angle. There's the backside CMEs and more than likely solar flares. This is on the 22nd, moving into the 23rd. I'll step it forward a little bit faster, moving into the 24th. More large eruptions on the backside of the sun. Once again, this energy is turning towards the Earth. Should be visible, at least the sunspots here in the next probably 48 hours. Looking at sunspot 4288, 4290, 91, 87, and 92. These are facing the Earth right now, and for the most part, they're super ultra quiet. Not too much coming out of the sunspots. I wanted to give you guys a quick update also on the situation at Mount Rainier. Look what's going on. It's been quiet the last couple of days. Look at the last couple of hours. It's starting to get feisty again over there on the western flank. Are you serious? What's going on at Mount Rainier? Probably the same thing that's going on at Mount Kilauea. This is what the summit looked like at Mount Kilauea just a couple of days ago. Also, big fountains of lava throwing a fit, if you will, at the summit. But this is nothing new. This has been going on for weeks, if not months. This is something we watch all the time. But every once in a while, these fountains will get really super tall and get up above 300 feet. So Mount Kilauea, once again, remaining very active. And we have new volcanoes around the world that are starting to show signs of life, like we talked about over in northeastern Africa regarding the volcanic eruption over there, the volcano eruption down in Indonesia. Just a lot of activity with regard to volcanic eruptions and solar activity. And you can see a steady increase in solar activity over here at the GOES X-ray flux. See how everything's kind of migrating towards the M class range. That means solar activity is indeed picking up. And we've been in a couple of small G1 geomagnetic storms, but that's really not even anything to do a video about. But that's going to change here in the next few days as we're going to see more activity. Here's a high-speed CME that just came off the sun within the last 48 hours. I mean, this thing here came off at blistering speed right here. This is a look at, right there's the sunspot and the same actual place as the plasma plume that we just saw that was sent in by Nelson Jenks. That is a very active region that once again is turning towards the Earth right now as I do this video. I want to take you guys up to New Brunswick, and then I want to give you an update on the large asteroid that went through the solar system. And I think this is part of the family of the large asteroid that didn't impact the Earth. It never was an issue with the Earth. But these large ones, when they move through the inner solar system like that, they don't travel alone. They never do. This was picked up out of New Brunswick by Melissa B. As they were driving down the highway, they saw a fiery object enter the sky. Look at this. And they managed to get this video of this object, whatever it was. To me, it looks like one of the strays from the large asteroid that just went past the Earth. This was a 1,000-foot asteroid, and as we talked about when we discovered, or at least we saw it on the list over here, we knew more than likely this list was going to change as this thing was very big. It went through on the 24th. This object over here in New Brunswick was spotted, you guessed it, on the 25th. So this was part of the family of the large asteroid. Look at the list now. I want to show you guys something. What a shocking change. Okay, this is the screen grab that we took on the 23rd. The objects that are highlighted in the peach color are objects that are coming extremely close to the Earth. Look at the list now. This is after the large asteroid went through. The list changed by a factor of 16. There are now 16 new discoveries. Some of these discoveries are between the Earth and the Moon. 0.3, 0.4, those are the darker highlights right there. 0.4, look at all those. 0.4 again. 0.7. There are now 16. This is a screen grab from early this morning. This is a screen grab from when we saw the 338-meter asteroid. So talk about a huge family. It created a swarm, and the swarm was so big, I believe part of that swarm was spotted from New Brunswick as a bright fireball was spotted in the daytime sky. Unbelievable. And that thing's not done yet. They're still finding asteroids, small ones, and some of them are coming into the solar system. I want to share with you guys a photo that I analyzed here just a couple of days ago. This one here taken by Lena Marlowe out of Bend, Oregon. Guys, I've seen this as far back as 2018. This isn't necessarily something that you see every day. It is quite rare. And it seems like it's primarily visible in the 40-degree latitude range, 41, like that was visible in Oregon. I've also seen it visible over here in Pennsylvania, on both sides of the United States. And yes, it is a thing. Here's another example of a quintuple rainbow, but they can get bigger than that. There's these stray shafts, and I don't have the picture available. I've got it somewhere on one of my external hard drives because it goes back to 2018. But it was another example of these wild looking rainbow shafts. And as you can see, like this one right here, you can see the bright colors reflecting off the rain on the road. Well, so was this one here. That a lot of people were having a hard time believing that this wasn't AI. But notice the reflection on the road. Yeah, that was actually real. It's just that they're not seen very often. They're super, super rare. But I did analyze one back in 2018 out of the Western Pennsylvania area. They are a thing. They're just super, super rare. So moving on, I just wanted to touch base on that. Speaking of super, super rare, check this out. Video footage sent in by Kim Haley out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina from this past week. Look at that thing setting up in the sky. Big old craft above the ocean off the coast of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I want to say this. Myrtle Beach is a hot spot, at least from the work that I've done. I get videos frequently from the Myrtle Beach area. People see unusual crafts that are hard to identify off the coast of and near the coast of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, quite often, going from Myrtle Beach to the skies of Chicago. Rare craft spotted in the sky above Chicago. Check this out. In broad daylight, wasn't even trying to hide. Jeff, November 23rd, 2025, looked up and saw this in the daytime sky. I haven't done anything to it except zoom in. And I zoomed in very heavily to show you guys what Jeff saw in the sky above Chicago. This isn't an airplane. This thing was remaining stationary as he was filming it. Wasn't making any noise. If it was moving, it was very, very slightly. It was a triangle in broad daylight above Chicago. What it was doing, where it come from, where it was going, that was equally as mysterious as the object itself. Again, like the object off the coast of South Carolina, these just aren't necessarily things that you see every day. Every once in a while they'll show up, and the very fact that everybody's carrying around a high definition recording device, people can record these things on the fly. Like these things here, people are still sending me videos. Matthew out of Texas, yesterday, 11/27 of 2025 on Thanksgiving Day. This entire area was flashing, and he had never seen this before.
2025.
He had no idea what was going on here.
At night. Berkshire, Texas.
In Texas.
Check it out.
I mean, it was so unusual, he pulled over to the side of the road.
Crazy.
So that just tells you, he just said right there, this just looks crazy.
Never seen nothing like it before in my life.
Never seen anything like it before in his life. Those are his words, not mine. So this strange activity, which began, by the way, at least in, the videos that I've received from people, began back in November of 2024. It's November of 2025, and whatever this is, it's still going strong. I still get videos all the time. It's just that I share them maybe once a week. And again, this gentleman here pulled over to the side of the road to take a video and share it with me, and I'm sharing it with you guys. And here's video number 2 out of Greensburg, Kentucky. Person driving down the road, Heather H., came up on this car. Keep in mind, this isn't the only car that she met on the road as she was driving down the highway. This just so happened to be the only car that had a light malfunctioning on the front of the car. And I gotta be honest, all the times that I've traveled up and down freeways, like most of y'all, you guys have driven up and down freeways many hundreds of times, I've never met a car that had a light malfunctioning like that. And I've never seen a video of a car that had a light malfunctioning like that, ever, just until recently in the last 12 months. And now I'm getting videos like this, not so much with the cars. I do have a video of an entire parking lot full of cars with lights malfunctioning, but I've never seen it just until recently. So a lot of strange stuff going on, and we're just humbly following it, doing analytics, looking at satellite images of the Earth, this big green blob, whatever it is, that's showing up on the satellite. Doesn't necessarily mean it's in the water. It's over 3,000 miles long, extending from Antarctica to Madagascar. This is just an update from yesterday on Thanksgiving Day. It is still there. It hasn't gone anywhere. So once again, guys, as I mentioned at the beginning of this live stream, it's going to be a short one. I'm going to hop off here and call it a day. Thank you guys for stopping by. Make sure you hit that like button. That sends the video out there just a little bit farther. I thank you in advance, and I really do appreciate it. Okay, so once again, the asteroid that went through the solar system here just recently definitely wasn't alone, and it apparently had a very large family, so large that the NEO list increased by 16 new objects in 4 days following the passage of the 1,000-foot wide asteroid. That is the largest increase I think I've ever seen in a 4-day period over here at the NEO list at spaceweather.com. That is a huge increase, once again, following the huge asteroid. All right, guys, that's all I got. Once again, thanks for watching. Have a super day. And as always, be safe out there.